Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is an entry onto the Nerf playlist. This is a blaster review. We will be taking a look at Gameface Prime or Havoc Prime. So what this is a North American company making a Singapore product under license. Okay, now where the parts are actually manufactured, I do not know, but the company is North American, and I'll tell you what company that is. Gameface is a branch of Crossman. Okay, so Crossman, I'm not quite sure if they're operating north or south of the Canadian border, but obviously they are a long-standing North American company. This is being made under license by them. This is actually a CEDA platform, CEDA, C-E-D-A, which is originally made by Jet Blaster, which I believe is based out of Singapore. Jet Blaster CEDA has a different visual overall outer appearance that I don't care for. Internally and lower receiver wise, they are the same product. The CEDA has a different barrel cover at the front and a different pump handle. They have a more of a shotgun-esque. That's not the issue I have with them. They have a block square front end, which I can't really explain, but visually I don't like the look of it. So I don't have one. I have this. It is at its core the same thing. So what do you need to know? Because in the last review, I sort of skipped over stuff. The last review was a product exclusively at Target. It was the Max Striker. It was $49.99. I did not mention that in the review because I forgot. I'm not used to doing this out here. This at the Gameface website is $89.99. That said, I did not pay that for this. I got this through Amazon, which, yes, it is in my Amazon storefront under the Nerf section. It was $59.99, and it hovers back and forth. Now, at some points on Amazon, it is higher. It is up close to the company website's price. But quite often, in fact, not today because I haven't turned on a computer yet, but 2 nights ago, it was back down at $58.99. If that is the case, it is well worth it. Number one, that would put it within $8 or $9. I mean, if you had free shipping from Amazon, it would put it down $8 or $9 more than a Nexus Pro from Walmart or a Max Striker from Target. Unlike the Nexus Pro and Max Striker, modification on this is going to be a lot easier. Why? Because it's meant to be taken apart quickly. It's got 2 pull rings and 2 wide thumb screws. And I will pull this apart, and I'll probably do it on this video. I've been wanting to get these blaster reviews a little shorter, but when I start getting into prices that products that are up priced, I don't want to cut corners with letting people know everything about them. So what you get, you're going to get basically what you see here. This will be separate. It is their adapter with Goofy Big Trigger and one of their magazines. All right? These magazines are a little bit different. I believe they call them katanas. Katanas? Katanas probably is the better word. I don't like them. They have an open air entry on either side. You can see me through that. They have a pro that likes to be put forth that they can go either way in. Sounds like a good thing, right? Okay, you can load ammunition either way, it'll work. Yeah, until you're not paying attention to what you're doing because somebody's shooting at you and you got ammunition loaded both ways. Any dart put into any of these blasters backwards is going to cause the barrel to get jammed. Okay? It's not going to work. Not only that, your blaster's going to be down. Unless you're carrying a secondary, you're in trouble. So I don't care for it. I do my usual worker Talon with the worker adapter, the pull adapter, partly because, although in truth, the Prime is not as bad because their adapter release is this right here. All right? So it doesn't have that second trigger. It just has this trigger for the actual mag itself. It doesn't have the double trigger, so it's not as bad, but what's even better is get rid of all those triggers right off the bat. It has an adjustable stock, 5-point. The stock I am not overly... Look, these stocks are basically to keep proper posture for aiming. There's obviously no recoil on any of these, so it's not like you're trying to... That said, it's got a slope in going this way, and it always feels like, if you see what I mean. So I'm not overly keen on that. It's difficult to take off though, and I have not decided to switch it out yet, although I think at some point I will. The blaster is 14 plus, okay? 14 years of age plus. It is not firing overly strong. Number one, Crosman has not been quick to come out with parts for this. It is meant to be upgraded. It is meant to have easy access to upgrade. They haven't done any upgrades yet for internals. There are some third-party things, but the third-party parts are made for the CETA, which in theory is exactly the same until you buy the part and find out it isn't. Okay, so this is in a box form. It is only firing at about 130 feet per second. Now, mind you, for someone that's used to your kid's regular line Nerf gun, it's going to seem incredibly powerful. To me, not so much. But it does have one big pro. This thing, it has a scar barrel. The scar barrel comes as part of the barrel. So, first off, the barrel comes separate in the box. The scar barrel is on the end. This thing is ridiculously accurate. Now, when I do the test firing, I'm going to be firing off quickly. And the misses are going to be because the hanging square is moving, because I'm going to be firing off that quickly. This thing, if I take my time, which I'm not going to do because the video will be 5 minutes longer, hits every time. It's ridiculously accurate. They're grooving, the 4 grooves on the scar barrel seem a little more aggressive, the groove coming, the way it comes out. That may most likely have something to do with it, but whatever they did with the scar, which is this orange piece on the end, it worked. It worked. This thing is unbelievably accurate. I have taken my time waiting for the hanging piece to stop, which, by the way, is 4 inches by 4 inches at 20 feet if I'm standing on the line. I can actually aim and hit at certain corners on that square. Anyway, so it's ridiculously accurate, and for anybody used to regular Nerf guns, it is going to seem ridiculously powerful, all right? So basically, I'm actually contemplating whether I want to take this apart right now. When it comes in the box, and this is the box, it comes disconnected. And I'm thinking I'm not going to do it on the video here. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video at some point when I actually have a different part to change out of it. But you got to know what's going on. So with these blasters that have the pump action internally, there's basically two aluminum bars. This is the handle to pump it. It goes up and attaches to two aluminum bars that push back, okay? They are pushing back these two screw points. They're moving the bolt sled back. The next round is popping up because of the spring in the magazine, and then you're bringing it back forward, chambered into the barrel. So let's see if you can see that. You see that bar? You can see it sliding from the handle. It's coming back. The spring in the magazine is pushing the next bullet up, dart up, and then you're bringing it back forward, and it's putting it into the barrel, and then the air is traveling through this black tube here out of the air tube, which is being plunged by a springer that is in the buffer tube, okay? And it fires. When this comes, and this is important, for sake of this video, I am not going to take it apart. This upper receiver, this red part here and forward, and the lower, this gray stock and handle, are going to be slightly separated, okay? They're not going to be attached. They're going to be laying in the box like this, but they are not going to have these two pins in. There's two of these. There's one here. There's one there. And there's one here. This and these two bolt sleds, the sled thumb screws, are going to be attached. You have to fit it together, okay? So you're going to be fitting the tube and the bolt sled together before you connect it and put these two tabs in, okay? If you see me looking off here, I'm not used to recording. I know where the camera is on this, just like I know where the camera is on the computer at the desk. But I'm not sure about how I have things in picture. That's why I keep looking over here, because I'm looking at the playback. Okay? So you need to stop when you open this thing up. When you open the box up, you need to stop. It's pointless for me to explain it to you. You just need to stop and think. There's nothing, you're not launching a space shuttle here, you're not working for NASA. You just need to think and take a second, take a minute. You'll be wanting to get this thing together and shooting it, but you want to take a second and be like, wait a minute, how does this go? Am I doing it right? And then you put these two in and it's ready. All right? The only thing that is not good about this product, the big sticking point, is their ammunition. Now, it's going to come with, I believe, 12 rounds of this. It's no good, all right? I mean, it'll get you by until you actually get good ammunition. But you're going to lose about a quarter of the 12, about 4 of them right off the bat when you fire them, and although the whole thing pops out, the head comes off it. In a fix, you can always use a little super glue and super glue the head back on if you can find the head. That said, the performance in air is not great. It'll work for you, and you'll be happy for a little while with it, okay? But what you want to do is you want to go to a Walmart, all right, and get the Nexus Pro half-length ammunition. They sell them in 100 packs. I'm not sure what they're retailing at right at the moment. It'll be a little bit more than $10, I believe. That's what you want to get, all right? The Max Striker out of Target ammo doesn't perform overly well with this weapon. It performs okay. It performs better than the ammo that the weapon comes with. The weapon. It performs better than the ammo the blaster comes with, but it's not the greatest. You want to go to Target and get this. And it's important to half length. And the reason I'm saying that is because this is only half length ammo for this blaster. You cannot shoot a regular Nerf dart out of this, okay? You can't do it. So, how am I running it? Right now, until I find a viable source for upgrade parts, I'm running it as is out of the box. A bet with my usual worker adapter. And the 15 round Talon. Now, I had put this at 10 in the last video. These are 15, all right? Another thing with this, you do have to prime to put the magazine in. That's how I'm running it. That's it. All right? And with that, I'm going to pause this and we're going to do a firing demo. So it should be noted for this, for the sake of you being able to see it, I am not using the, oh, that's the wrong one, sorry. I am not using the Nexus Pro ammo. It's hard to see, all right? I am using another ammo that works absolutely great for it, but is a little bit more difficult to get. I am using the Dart Zone bamboo shorts. I will show these at some other time and show you why they are bamboo. They're easier to see. For the sake of the video, they're easy to see. They're hard to get though. The problem with these is that they are only sold online from Dart Zone or from Target, only online, and you have to buy a box of these. Also comes with a box of longs, which I have absolutely no use for. So it's one of those deals. I'm going to do a short video on ammo because people have been asking about that, and I'll cover it more then. But these are what are being used basically for the color. All right. We are firing 14 at 20 feet. Whoa, half cock. Not actually as accurate as usual, which I think I may have to go in and check. There was what I would normally say was like a double cock, where I would have to cock it a second time to get it to catch, to fire, thus chambering 2 rounds. There was sort of one of those, except I didn't have to cock it a second time. But the one round came out and it was the one that dropped. So there may be a lubrication issue with the blaster. These blasters that fire higher, and that's a good thing to mention, they need to be lubricated. You use a basically silicone grease gel. And that is another upside of something like this. That's another selling point. Unlike the Max Striker and the Nexus Pro, this, you're removing that, 2 pull rings, and 2 thumb screws that are pretty big on either side, and this whole thing's coming apart. The Max Striker of the last review and the Nexus Pro of the review before that you're getting out a micro screwdriver and you're doing anywhere from 12 to 16 screws to get the shell apart. They're not meant to be taken apart. Okay? If you mod them, it's an issue taking them apart. It's an issue putting them back. You got to be careful what you do with the screws. You know, this, I'm not going to do it for the video, but this, I can literally have it apart in probably under a minute. But I'm not going to do it for the video because I don't want people to start getting confused by what I'm doing. What I'm thinking is that some of the O-rings inside the air chamber and the bolt are needing to be lubricated, and that's why I had that issue. There were a couple other shots that were underpowered, so I think it's an air leak issue. Not a big deal at all, to be expected. To tell you the truth, I've had this blaster for quite a while, and I don't think I have re-lubricated it at all. Out of the box, it's already lubricated, and lubrication on these things lasts quite a while, so you don't have to worry about it right off the bat. I've had this for 9 months. So, I mean, it's not something you'll be completely in the know by the time it ever comes up that you have to. Anyway, this has been my review of Gameface Blasters Prime. Or originally it was called Havoc Prime, but I think they might have dropped the Havoc. I will link the Amazon store front. I'll try to link it right to the page in the description. And I may link their website too, although, so you can compare prices, although I'm pretty sure I know already that the Amazon store is going to be significantly cheaper. Even when it goes up in price at the Amazon store, it doesn't go up to the price at the company's website. Anyway, I am the Suit&Tie Dip and Chew Guy. This video has run over 20 minutes again, no matter, okay, never mind. Anyway, moving on. I do hope you all are well. As always, do take care of yourselves and God bless.